Okay, so let's take a look at the laws of logarithms review sheet, all of the rules that we've been working through on the notes, all in one location. So we have to make sure that we can change from log form to exponential form. We have to remember our restrictions. A needs to be greater than 0, B also needs to be greater than 0, and can't be 1. We have to remember that we can bring our exponents down in front or bring our coefficients up to be the exponent. We have our change of base rule. Remembering, when we do change of base, the C is arbitrary. You can pick any base you want to. We'll be looking at rules 4 and 5, the addition and subtraction rules. Remembering positives go on the top, negatives go on the bottom, and vice versa. We have to make sure that in order to perform rules 3, 4, and 5, we must have a coefficient of 1. So rule 2 must be applied first. Rule 6 is a useful tool. A and B can both be taken to the same exponent. Rule 7 is a useful identity that we'll basically need to memorize. If you have the same base of the exponent as the logarithm, the answer is A. A couple more basic rules. Log A base A is 1. Because what power do you have to raise A to equal A? 1. If a log base A of 1 is equal to 0, because what power do I have to raise something to equal 1? 0. If I don't see a base, I know the base is 10. If I'm working with E, that means that it's log base E, but it's really just ln because ln has base E. And then we're going to see all of our methods: log both sides, delog both sides, inverse, set it arbitrarily equal to x, or turn a number into a log. And lastly, from the last chapter, exponential functions, we're now going to see at the end of the notes that a log is just the inverse. If we switch x and y, it'll be a lot easier to perform transformations. Now remember, we have horizontal asymptotes for exponentials, with the domain being xer, and the range being y is greater than or less than the horizontal asymptote in this form. With logarithms, we know we have a vertical asymptote, and we know have a range y is equal to all real numbers, and the domain is whatever you're logging greater than 0 in this form. Really get comfortable using all of your different rules. Lots of the times people will have different answers because they decided to use different rules in different orders. As long as you don't break any of the rules, you can do any order of any rule you like.